So this YouTuber called Phidias uploaded a video titled, "I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country," with this as the thumbnail. Literally him having his arms out like a white angel, looking like he's overdosing on dopamine from all the poor children surrounding him who are ecstatic at just the chance that he might help try to improve their lives for his YouTube video. I have no idea how he thought this thumbnail was a good idea, let alone the whole video idea of just flying out to the poorest country in the world just to point out how poor they are. This is like Logan Paul levels of awareness, except this time he's exploiting people who are still alive. So obviously Twitter didn't have a very kind reaction to this video. Grim Vince tweeted it out with the caption, "Mr. Beast ruined a whole generation of YouTubers." Except the difference between Mr. Beast and somebody like this is that if he ever goes to a poor country, he actually does something significant for them, like building a well, instead of traveling there to see how bad it is.
This is the world's poorest country, and there is a lot of bad things said about it. That's why I'm going to spend the next 100 hours here to see with my own eyes if it's true or not. When we arrived in the airport, we saw something that we didn't expect. The policeman was asking us to give him money for no reason. So I was wondering if the rumors are true.
I wonder if the rumors about people in the poorest country being desperate for money is true. Well, this isn't something that can be answered with common sense. Let me fly over there to shit talk the police officer for asking for money. Oh yeah, and editor, be sure to add some dramatic music, zoom ins, and a cash register sound effect so we can let everyone know how greedy this guy is for trying to exploit money out of me.
Here's your 50 cents. Thank you.
When we left the barber shop, I saw something that I wasn't expecting.
This is a house of a person here. Look at this. People actually live here. Oh my word. This is an actual house. Look at all the kids outside waiting. Hello.
All the kids of the neighborhood came and surrounded me, but I didn't know why.
Dude, it's just because you're such a cool guy, man. No other reason why the kids of the poorest country in the world would start adoring a foreigner out of nowhere. You just have good vibes, dude.
I wanted to see the poorest people in the poorest country.
He's so poor. Oh man, this is a great shot for my YouTube video. I wonder where we can find more poor kids to film.
Phidias really wants to go to the orphanage, but they're not letting him. I know he really wants to see how things are here.
I heard the kids, they were shouting.
Yeah, they were shouting, "Mutsunga, Mutsunga," a white person came. After a lot of time, our guide convinced them to let us in, but they didn't allow us to film.
Fuck! They didn't allow us to film! You can tell this is like a big deal in his video because he added like dreading sound effect like, "Ta-da! We couldn't film the poor kids."
They didn't allow us to film, except this little kid that has malaria.
Oh, thank God. Thank God there was a kid with malaria to film.
We had very limited time here, so I wanted to see how their education system is. And while we were walking towards the school, the kids were very excited to see us because they had never seen foreigners before. And they came and surrounded us like we were the coolest thing in the world.
Hey, I love you. So this is like a big event happening today at school. Look at all the school following us around.
The principal let us go inside the class and I was so excited. The most things that I learned, they are not only from school. They are online, from the phone. They can access all the clever minds.
Thank God this guy has access to the internet so he can get enlightened by Elon Musk. I mean, without access to a great mind like that, he probably never would have gotten the idea to fly halfway across the world to seek validation from a bunch of poor kids who are just desperate for a better life. I might be a little hyperbolic, but just look at this guy's body language. No doubt in my mind this guy thinks he's king of the world right now.
I said this because only 10% of the population has access to the internet. I left the class and felt inspired that these kids will have so much potential to help their country if they have access to the huge learning that the internet provides us. And I have a solution that I will tell you more about later.
Be sure to remember this for later because this guy's plan to hook up all the children of Burundi with internet so they can leave school and become TikTok stars is nothing short of extraordinary. But before we get to that, I have to show you guys by far the worst part of this video. Just listen to this.
How many people are working here in the tea plantation in this area?
So altogether people are 3,000 people.
Among 3,000 workers, some women were working under the rain.
So this is a mother of some children. She's working here in the rain with this thing on here. They have their babies on their back and they're working with the things. It's so interesting.
He's literally commenting on them like they're NPCs in a video game, like in real time. They can hear him saying this shit and he's like, oh, pretty interesting that these people are so poor that both the parents need to work and have their 5 children come along with them because despite both parents working full-time, they still don't have enough money to hire a babysitter. Wow, this is gonna be such a fascinating fact for my YouTube video.
How many kids they have on average?
Between 5 and 10 children.
So they have, look at how many children you have here. It's so crazy.
I was shocked to see that the kids couldn't afford to buy shoes and they were walking barefoot.
Oh shit, they're so poor that these kids can't even afford shoes? I could probably gain enough revenue to buy shoes within the first 5 minutes of this video releasing. Ah well, sucks to suck. Not like I could give them any money right now. I'm too busy using it.
Paid only $10 to see 1 hour private performance from 20 people.
Hello, people! Hello! They are going to perform now. Look at them. This is the best day of my life, period. Thank you, people! Thank you!
Before our flight leaves in 5 hours, I wanted to visit their healthcare system.
We came here to see the hospital of Burundi. So here in this country, the hospital is not that technological advanced.
While we were walking in the hospital, I saw one person that can't walk. He has been in the same bed for 2 years.
So I'm gonna be real for a second here. Besides him making pog faces for the video, what he did here was legitimately a good thing. He spent $200 to get this guy a wheelchair. To be honest, I don't think this guy is like legitimately evil. I just think he's completely unself-aware and is showing signs of kind of being narcissistic and egotistical without really realizing it.
And as you saw, with only $200, we probably change this man's life. And we can change more lives together.
So that's why we're here, to make a fundraiser.
With the goal to raise $20,000. For every dollar that you donate, I will be matching the donations. So your donations will have double the impact.
And we are going to come again and make a video here in Burundi.
By spending the money to buy food, medicine and other necessary things to help the people of Burundi. I believe that inequality between the countries is our biggest problem.
Dude, come on! You started off this video saying you were traveling to Burundi in order to see if the rumors of it being a bad country were true. And then at the end of the video, you use this image to represent the average Burundi citizen, even though nobody in your vlog footage looked like that. Like, bro, what the fuck? It is really nice to know that Phidias and his fans will possibly contribute a total of $40,000 towards helping these people, half of which coming out of Phidias' own pocket. But part of this still rubs me the wrong way, because he said he's going to make a sequel video coming back to Burundi to show the positive impact that he and his community gave to these people through their donations. But making a 10-minute video with mid-roll ads just to visit the country of Burundi, point out how poor they are, and then make a fundraiser so you can make a sequel video showing how great you are for helping out their lives makes me think the motives for doing this in the first place were primarily for his YouTube channel rather than actually wanting to give back. As far as we know, he didn't even give any extra money to these people beyond what he needed to pay for certain services. The way this whole video is made just makes me think that if the camera wasn't there, he wouldn't be there either. Especially when this whole video is framed as a challenge, like how long can I last in Burundi, implying that he wouldn't want to be there in the first place. But at the end of the day, what really matters is whether these people get the money they need or not. So I'm going to leave his GoFundMe link in the description for anybody who wants to donate. Oh, also the master plan to get internet to all of the kids of Burundi was the GoFundMe. I'm not really sure the details of how the economy works over there or their internet infrastructure. Clearly they have some, since 9% of the citizens do have internet. So I might be wrong on this, but I don't really think $40,000 is going to be enough to give all those children's phones and an internet access. Especially when the priority would be probably to get them shoes.
Our guy told us another YouTuber made a bad video embarrassing the country.
Was the worst video I have ever seen.
And we want to correct it.
Good job, bro.